everybody, my name is Diogene Terrell and I'm with the group Eat Up DC, and today we have Miss Shemicka. Thank you for doing our cooking demonstration today. So what are you making for us today?
So today I am making collard greens, I'm making cornbread, banana pudding, and jerk chicken.
Okay, why did you choose this?
I chose this because I'm from the South and those are some of the traditional things that we like to cook and make. And then I also wanted to make a healthy version of it.
Okay, cool. So we bought the groceries, EWC bought the groceries, and in total for this meal we spent $32. So we still have chicken, we have banana pudding, we're gonna have a lot of other ingredients, so it can still be affordable and healthy. So if you can list out a few of the ingredients that you have here, and we'll move right along with the demonstration.
Okay, so I have cut up some garlic, some onion, one onion. I have ginger and onion that I mixed together. I have some onion powder, ginger powder, ground ginger, garlic powder. I have some paprika. I have some red pepper flakes. I have some jerk seasoning. I have some jerk marinade, soy sauce, sweetened condensed milk, bananas, some cheese, some vanilla wafers. I have vegetable broth and some cornstarch. I have jiffy cornbread mix, milk, eggs, and some vanilla.
All right, so we'll see you later in the cooking video. We can't wait to see the end.
First, tablespoons of butter, and with that, I'm going to saute my garlic and my onions. First, I'm gonna do my onions and let it become translucent. And then when it's almost done, then I will add in my garlic so it doesn't burn. And then when I get finished with that, I'm gonna add my crushed red pepper flakes, some garlic powder, some paprika, some onion powder, a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add my collard greens to it and let it saute in it for a little while. And then I'm going to add in my vegetable broth. Okay, so I've added all my ingredients to the pot along with the vegetable stock, and I'm just going to allow it to braise and cook for 30 minutes to an hour because we don't have a lot, so it's not going to take as long for it to cook. And then once you see that it's nice and tender and it is a bright green color, you know that it's almost done. And then when it's almost done, I add some sugar to it and some vinegar at the end, and then it's ready. Okay, so now I'm adding 2 teaspoons of sugar. The collard greens is not quite done yet. They are getting there. They need probably another 30 minutes. I still have a bite to it, but I'm just stirring the sugar in to make sure it's nicely dissolved and that it's getting over everything. But it's almost there, and I added my vinegar to it. It's very good. So when you prepping your chicken, you want to make sure you first clean it. I add some vinegar to it and some water just to make sure that it's nice and clean.
All right, what ingredients are you using?
I am adding garlic powder, onion powder, ginger. I have the jerk seasoning that has the same ingredients but also allspice in it. I have paprika, some salt, pepper. I have ground ginger and garlic that I put together, and then some jerk marinade.
Okay, and how long are you going to marinate the chicken?
I'm going to marinate the chicken for 30 minutes.
All right, what seasonings are you using?
I have some garlic powder, some onion powder, paprika, some ginger powder, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and then I have minced garlic and ginger that I'm going to add to the marinade also. And then I have some jerk seasoning. That has the same ingredients and allspice in it also. Now I'm adding the chicken to the pan, the roasting pan. And then I'm going to spoon a little bit of this marinade over it. And then as it cooks, I'm going to baste the chicken also. Every like 10 minutes to make sure that it's infused within the chicken and everything. So I'm going in with my last base of the chicken before I add it back to the oven. I'm gonna give it another 10 to 15 minutes and it should be done completely. And that'd be the chicken. And now I am finishing off the cornbread. I added 2 box mixes of the Jiffy, and then I added 2 eggs. I have my extra sharp cheddar cheese and the garlic butter that we made. And now I stirred it and mixed it up. And now I'm adding it to my hot dish that has butter at the bottom. A tablespoon of butter. And we're just gonna add this to the stove and let it cook. This should take 20 to 30 minutes to finish cooking. Okay, now I'm making the pudding for the banana pudding. I have my milk, and which is half and half. It's whole milk and heavy whipping cream, and I got that coming to a simmer. And then now I have a half of a cup of sugar, and I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to it. And then I'm gonna stir that together. And then I'm gonna separate my eggs from the yolk from the white. I'm gonna do 4 yolks into the pudding mixture. Adding 4 yolks to my sugar and cornstarch mixture.
Okay, just a moment. Yeah.
And then once I add all my egg yolks to it, I'm just gonna stir it until it becomes a pale mixture. So now I'm just stirring in my eggs with the cornstarch and the sugar until it becomes this pale, nice, pretty pale color. And then I'm gonna go grab the milk, add a little bit of my milk to the egg mixture to bring the temperature up. Make sure you don't add too much milk at one time because it'll curdle and cook the eggs. So we just want it to be a nice small amount, a little bit at a time, to bring the egg temperature up. And once the temperature is brought up, we're going to add this egg mixture to the pot. And then we're going to cook it, finish cooking it over the stove.
How long are you gonna put it on the stove?
We're going to cook it about 5 minutes or until it's thickened. And then to tell that it's done when you put your spoon in and you see that it coats the back of it and you're able to run your finger through it and it doesn't run together, that means that it is done. That's the consistency that you're looking for. So I'm just going to bring this back to the... So now we're going to start to put the banana pudding together. I took out some of the whipped cream to put on the top, and then I added the rest to the pudding. So we're going to put some of the pudding on the bottom of our dish. Okay. And now we're going to add in our cookies. And then we're going to put it around the top. Give it a little decoration to make it look pretty. And then we add in our bananas. We're going to add some more pudding. And we'll add our cookies. So we're just going to repeat the process over again. Some of the cookies to make it look pretty. I spoon over the whipped cream that we had put to the side. I spoon it on top. Have a nice little decoration with the cookies, the crumbled cookies. And that is it. It's your banana pudding. So the jerk chicken is done. It's a little brown around the edges because of the sugar content that was in the marinade that we have. The collard greens are nicely simmered down and cooked, and that's the consistency in which you want it to look like, the color and everything. And then you have the pot liquor that is left, and then you have your cornbread. It's nice and brown around the edges, and as you can tell, as you move it, it's not jiggly in the middle, which tells you that it's done. We're gonna talk about the banana pudding. We made everything from scratch, and with that you're able to monitor the amount of sugar that you put into it. And so if you was to buy like the packaged pudding, the pudding itself would contain more sugar to it. So when we made our banana pudding, the pudding itself, it only had a half a cup of sugar to it. And we also, with the sweetened condensed milk, we didn't add, but I would say about 1/3 of the sweetened condensed milk to it. So it's not as sweet as a traditional version of banana pudding that you would have pre-packaged ingredients. And even with the whipped cream, we didn't add any real sugar to it other than the sweetened condensed milk, and there was just a little bit to it also. And even with the marinade, even though we did use some of the store-bought marinade, it didn't contain a lot of sugar in it. And then also when we added different the ginger and the garlic to it, and the soy sauce was low sodium soy sauce, so it wasn't a full force. And so you know what you're putting in there when you cook with fresh ingredients instead of versus the processed ingredients that you will find at the store.